Yo YouTubes, I'm back with another mail day video. This one's got a little bit of everything. So we've got some really nice lots we bought for flip. I bought a lot that I haven't bought before but I am now looking to buy. I got some PC stuff, and then I got some really good deals, and I've got a lot that I picked up in person from a local seller with some real bangers in it. Consequently, I also have a lot that I took a little bit of a chance on and sort of got burned on. So, a little word to the wise on that one. So stay tuned, let's take a look.
Sir, you got burned.
Thanks again for joining me. Hope you like this video. There's a variety of content in it. That's why I wanted to shoot it. I don't shoot everything that I get in the mail. There's so much stuff in and so much stuff out. I don't have time to film it all, and consequently you'd be probably a little bored looking at some of the average mail days and stuff. But when I get a pretty good stack of stuff that I know that's coming in, then I have some good examples for a video. I like to save them and put them together for this. So this is probably 3 or 4 days of mail, I would say. To save time and struggle on camera, I cut all the packages open, everything's out. But I will post a photo along each listing as we go so that you can see what I paid for it and when I bought it and stuff. This was all eBay pickups except one. One was a local pickup, and I was out running errands with my family and picked it up on the way, so I did not have my camera with me, so I don't have it on film, but it is a local person I've bought some other stuff from, and there's some really nice stuff in it, so I wanted to share it. But anyway, let's get started. So let's start with this stack. So I'm going to slide these over. These are in no particular order or anything. I'm just going to go through them and explain why I bought it, what went wrong on one of them, and if it's for PC, for flip, whatever, what I feel like I can get for it, so forth. So we'll start here. So this first one is a PC card. This is an Illusions Clear Shots, Brett Favre. So this is the gold parallel, I believe. You can see it's got the yellow and the gold on top. It's got the gold sort of refractor type surface, and this is numbered out of 399. It's not super low numbered, but good for the PC, and I always try to pick up anything that's gold. That stuff just does really well on auctions. This one was an amazing pickup. It's not a PSA 10, but these are really tough to get high grades on with the black border. So this is the black press proof from 2020 Donruss, and it is numbered out of 10. It's 8 of 10. PSA 9, so already graded, and I collect PSA graded cards. That's my main PC. I've seen these going raw for $60 to $75. I don't know why they would go for that much, but I mean, it is numbered out of 10. And you don't see them very often, but it's a nice looking card. The black border really makes the picture and the foil and stuff pop, but I think that would be a little bit overpriced. But when I found a 9 for the price of $25 or $35, whatever the heck I paid for it, you see on the screen there, I couldn't pass that up. That was a good pickup. This one is a very special lot, and this sort of goes to my statements I've made previously, where I've advised that you really have to look at lots carefully. You may think you know all the cards in it, but miss an opportunity by not loading the photos and taking a good look at it. Now, I'm fortunate because I do most of my searching on my phone, and I have a fold, so I can open it up. You know, it's basically a two-sided screen. You can see here. And so I just go ahead and make those pictures bigger, and it's a lot easier to see as I'm shopping. But anyway, so I caught this lot. So it's an 03 Prestige. I think that's 03. Yep, 03 Prestige and 03 Topps. I think this is the draft picks. So a couple of nice early Brady cards, but this is the one that really stood out. So this is a sample card, 2003 Elite. I believe these were included in like Tough Stuff price guides and things like that. Not a very common card, and they sell for pretty good money. Put a graphic on the screen here of recent sales, and you can see. So I got all these for, I don't remember, 11 bucks, 12 bucks. I'm probably getting most of these wrong, but I'll have the graphic on the screen showing you what I paid. But I think I can get 50 to 60 bucks a piece for this card alone. And then these are pretty good sellers too. I would say at least, $5 to $10 a piece for these. So that was a really nice pickup. So one of the videos I want to do in the very near future that I haven't done in a while, and I keep saying this, but I am really going to sit down and do this. I got to get to my PC, which I don't use very often. But anyway, I want to do a video where I take you shopping with me and I kind of show you what I'm looking for when I'm trying to buy lots or even cards for the PC. So here's another great Brady example. I was fortunate when he quasi-retired. I know he's unretired now. There was a little bit of a spike in the market when he retired, and then everybody was kind of like, well, now he's not active, so I don't know that I want any of this stuff, or I'm looking for this stuff. So that's where I picked up a few of these lots. I don't think there were quite as many eyes on them as there normally would have been. But this is a really nice early Topps lot. So this is a Topps base out of 2008. I get $6-7 bucks for those. This is an Own the Game. This would be like 12 to 15. I think this is 03, so pretty early there. And then this one is the red zone version, so it's got the red border and the red foil on there. So this would probably be $8 to $10 as well as a parallel. But this was the real banger here. This is a 2002 Topps. 2002 Topps Hobby Masters. Not in perfect shape. It's got some chipping on the bottom edges, a little bit on the side there, but the front is in really nice shape. Looks good. I didn't see any scratches on it. It's hard to tell a little bit in the top load, but anyway, this was a good buy. These go for, I think the last one I sold was $65. So if I can get that again for this one, and then you're looking at the money here, you're looking at 80 bucks or so for those 4 cards. And what I paid for them, that was a no-brainer. This is just a card for inventory that I feel is something I always want to pick up if I can get the right price on it. This is first year Topps Chrome, 1996 Brett Favre. Really cool card design. I like the pattern. They put a lot of effort into this first year Chrome set. And card's in really nice shape. I haven't taken it out of the top load yet, but it looks pretty well centered and things like that. So for this price, I try to get $10 to $12 a piece for these. Markets will soften a little bit on those. They were going gangbusters for a while, but I'm willing to sit on those. You don't see a ton of them, and it's one of my favorite cards. So for $2, I'll buy it and hang on to that. So here's a little lot of Brady's. They came in these lovely yellow top loads. I use them just to frame them out, so I knew what lots I had here. So this is another one with a great arbitrage opportunity for resale here. So this had a couple of 2002 cards, which is always good. So 2002 Rookies and Stars. So I'll ask about 20 for that. An 06 Topps, $5 to $8 for that. Here's an 02 weekly wrap-up. I think the last one I sold was 15 or 20, so it is the real deal 2002, not the reprint. So let's say I get 20 for that. But this is the real one here. This is the 03 Bowman Chrome. 03 Bowman Chrome, so third year Brady Bowman Chrome. You don't see these real often, and they sell pretty well. I think these go for about $25 to $30. It's in real nice shape, no scratches. You know, borders look pretty good, corners are good. It's tad off centered, but when you sell these raw, you're not expecting to get PSA 10s or anything out of them. But some really nice, a really nice lot there for a nice price. So I've been fortunate enough to get some decent Brady buys recently. Here's a kind of a resale one. I do really well on these. Is this 07? Yeah, 07 Finest. I do really well reselling Finest refractors with Favre. Nice looking one. It's the blue refractor, numbered out of 299. So I paid a few bucks for it, but again, a card I don't mind having sit in inventory for a little bit. I have to actually check. I'm not even sure if I have one in my PC right now, so I might actually just go right there. But just really nice looking cards, and the refractor market just continues to stay healthy. So I think it's a good buy. So here's the one I made the mistake on. I don't even know if it was really a mistake. It was more I took a chance on it and it didn't pan out. So this guy had a listing, and his listing, or his eBay account has a bunch of negatives, so he's at like 92% for his positive rating, which as we know is pretty low by eBay standards compared to most sellers. And he had listed these as 4 select silver Brady's, which we all know silver means silver prism, and they are not. They are just the base version. So I contacted the seller, and he said, "Well, why did you bid on them if you knew they weren't? If you didn't think they were silvers and so on?" And I said, "Well, you know, it's kind of going by the good faith of your listing. His photo was, as you can see on the screen there, his photo was really poor. So I thought I'd just buzz him and say, hey, you know, are these for sure silvers?" Never really answered my question. Was combative, which if you look at his feedback, that's exactly what he's done with other buyers. And I said, okay, well, you know, can you cancel my auction? And he said, no, you bid, blah, blah, blah. And I said, okay, fine. So I bid $5. It was $5 shipping. So I ended up paying. He then shipped them pretty promptly. I'll give him credit for that. But he paid 73 cents to ship them. So he paid the standard envelope shipping price. And I said, well, why are you charging $5 if you're shipping them for 73 cents? And he said, oh, well, it depends on the zone you live in, and it costs more, and this and that. I'm like, I do a lot of shipping. I know you bought the standard envelope. I can see it. It was 73 cents. So kind of a strange conversation with that. And anyway, then I got them, and I said, okay, these aren't silvers. I want to return them. So I kept up. He's right. I kept up with my end of the agreement. I paid the auction because I did bid on them, and he didn't want to cancel it. So I got them. They aren't what he had described in the listing. So I wanted to return them. Well, he consequently offered me a refund of a penny, which of course I turned down, and contacted eBay, and you know, it's kind of where we sit at this point in time. I did leave them some negative feedback, so the next buyers would, you know, be able to read what happened in my transaction. Now, at the end of the day, I'm not really going to be out anything, because let's say I can't return them and I'm stuck with them. I paid $10 for these 4 cards. I get $4 to $5 a piece for these select inserts, base ones, and they do sell. Unbreakable stuff doesn't sell as well, but the hot stars sell pretty well. And I think, you know, down the road, they'll do well. They're nice looking cards. They're select and everything. So I don't feel like, you know, I'm going to be at any real financial loss, but they're definitely not what was mentioned in the listing. So just a little bit of an educational experience there. This one I picked up, I already actually have one of these in my PC, but it was so cheap for a PSA 10. The Authority cards, they didn't print a lot of those in 02, 01, it's 01. Didn't print a ton of those, and so I thought, well, I'll pick that up. Nice PSA 10 for inventory, which some of those base PSA 10s still do well, so I'll list that. Now here's a lot that I bought that I don't normally buy, and this is something I'm going to try to expand into a little bit. This is a Larry Bird lot. I've bought some Bird cards at shows and done pretty well with them. So I thought, well, this is a nice little lot. It was pretty cheap. I'm going to take a chance on it. I liked some of the cards in it. It did send me 2 free Packer cards, which whatever. But so anyway, so we've got some tops in here. We've got a Hoops All-Star. This is another Hoops. Got this really cool action pack card, which does have a crease in the middle, and I don't think that was disclosed, so I'm going to have to contact the seller about that. But anyway, really cool card from Indiana State. It's got him when he was in college. And then this Larry Bird USA, Team USA basketball update card. So, but one of the things I do now when I'm searching is I just search lots, and then I go to the filters and I choose sports cards, and I choose single lots, I think it's called, or play. Anyway, so I'm kind of searching in some different parameters and finding some different lots. I got a really cool Jordan lot that's coming in the next couple days. That's got some fun cards in it. It's got the card that's not of him, but he's in his 45 jersey on it. I can't think of the name of the player right now off the top of my head, but you know, those go for a few bucks. It's the only card of him in his 45 jersey. Or is it? It's not the 45 jersey. It's the 12 jersey when he didn't have his own jersey at the game and he had to wear somebody else's. That's what it was. So, and those were cheap. I got that whole Jordan lot for a really good price. Maybe I'll put a picture of it on the screen here because I'm not going to put it in a video. But so I'm going to start looking at some lots that way. I also bought a 416 card vintage football lot because the vintage stuff just still does so well. I sell the not even, you know, near mint copies of commons and stuff for $3 from the 70s, and they sell constantly. So I got 416 60s and 70s football for $65. So some really nice opportunity in there. So that's what, 24 cents a card, something like that. I don't know, I'll have to sit and do the math, but it's a good price. I'm kind of running low on vintage. I've sold so much of the vintage lots that I've bought that I thought it was a good thing to pick up. Okay, so back to what we've got here. So this is a Brady Mosaic lot, and these are going pretty cheap. And I know Mosaic isn't as sought after, but when you can get, this is a base card, so that was a throw-in. That wasn't even in the listing, so that was a freebie. So I'll get $5 for that. These are 2021 Mosaics. But I got 2 green Mosaics, and I think those are those camo too? Or they're just green? Just green, I guess. And then 2 of the pink Mosaic camos, and then a silver base. For the price that these are selling for, it's crazy how cheap they are. So I'm going to keep buying the parallel Mosaics as much as I can, as they're out there new. But I just sold 2 different pink Mosaics for $20 a piece. So I feel like if I can get them for $4 or $5, you know, per silver, per Mosaic, whatever color a piece, that's kind of a no-brainer long term. Okay, then this was another lot, just 4 cards that generally do pretty well. So this 52 Bowman, or 52, is it 52 Bowman? Anyway, 52 inspired, 1952 inspired Topps card. Those do pretty well. There's another 08 Topps base. Those sell real well. And then another, this is 12 Topps, I think? 9. 09 Topps, not a card you see a ton of. And then this SP, 08 SP, the hobby version, so it's got the foil on it. Those do pretty well too, so just some things that I didn't have many inventory of, and they sell pretty well. Okay, this one's for the PC. I've been actually looking for one of these for a while. This was just some throwing cards. But it's the Regeneration Phoenix card out of Phoenix, of course. But I really like this card. I think it's a case hit too. They're so nice. The die cut is nice. I mean, this reminds me of straight fire 90s inserts, literally fire 90s inserts. Nice Phoenix on the back. I was having trouble kind of finding one for the price I wanted. It's a newer card, so I didn't want to really overpay for it. It doesn't have a huge following. It's not like Kaboom or Downtown, although I think it's better than those designs anyway. But I really wanted to pay like 20 to 25 for it, and they kept kind of squeaking out at 35 to 50, and I was like, there isn't much hype behind them. I shouldn't have to pay quite that much. Well, I finally scored one at 25 bucks. I think it was an offer. I think the asking was 35, and I offered 25, and the seller took it. So, really nice shape. Phoenix cards are ridiculously underrated. So I'm going to continue to buy them at a good price whenever I can find them, because I think that long term it's really nice looking stuff and rare. Like the regen cards you do not see real often. They are rare hits. Okay, so next, this is a card for arbitrage. This is a 94 SP All Pro hologram card of Brett Favre, but it's the die cut version, which is extremely rare. These go anywhere from $45 to $65 raw. PSA 10s are completely ridiculous. I think they're like 300 bucks. So anyway, so I got this for 10 bucks. So it's way too good a deal to pass up. So this is just going to be, I actually don't have one of these right now, so I have to decide if this is nice enough that I want to throw it in my to be graded stack, or if I just want to flip it and take the money and do something else with it. But either way, at 10 bucks, no brainer. A couple of these 94 Finest. 94 Finest stuff got pretty expensive there for a little while when the Hall of Famer boom happened last February-ish, and they've come down some. So I've been trying to, I sold a ton of them, so I've been trying to sort of restock at the lower prices. But I got 2 of these for $6 shipped, so $3 a piece. I was selling these for $15 a piece for a while and selling them regularly, so at $3 a pop, I'll take those. Here's another example of some Brady Mosaic color. So we've got another pink camo here. We've got a green insert, this Touchdown Masters, the bobblehead card. Such a weird, freaking weird looking card, but, and then a Touchdown Masters base, which is fine. I don't actually have any of those in stock, so anything I can pick up that I don't have in stock is you know, at the right price is definitely worth it to me, because you always want to continue to expand and grow your listings. This was a card that I really couldn't pass up. I've seen these sell for quite a bit more than this, and I really liked the Favre patch in it. You don't see a lot of duo Favre and Rodgers stuff. Origins is also one of my favorite sets that they come out with every year. Very comic booky, if that's actually a word. Comic book styling, which, you know, you look at the Marvel stuff and the Downtown stuff and that comic stuff that's really exploded in price kabooms. Again, I think these cards will definitely have their place. It's a thicker card, but that's okay because of the patch and all that anyway. It would be thicker no matter what. It is fairly low numbered, out of 49. And again, 2 nice chunks, or well, one really nice Favre chunk, the The Rogers is a napkin, but at least it's the green, so it's off of the number patch. So I mean, it is a patch. But this is Origins of Greatness, Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers. Can't go wrong with these two guys on a card. Really nice kind of nebula design on the back, Milky Way, whatever you want to call it. It is from 2019 Origins. Now here's the one downside. It is player worn, which is better than some cards now that are coming out saying it's just a random cut up jersey. So at least the players did wear it, but I don't know if any of this, if these were game used or anything like that, but such an amazing card. Now, the big killer on this one is I got it for $15. I just think that's like stealing it. I'd pay $15 minimum for a Favre patch card alone, and then to have Rodgers on there as well. And I don't currently have a duo jersey card of the two of those Hall of Fame quarterbacks. And Rodgers just signed his deal with Green Bay, so he's might play out the rest of his career here. So this is long term a really nice piece. Okay, and then last but not least, these are the local pickups. So there's a seller that I'd bought from before. If you see any of my previous videos, I bought a PMG from her. What else did I get? A bunch of gold foil 1000 stripes out of 93 wild card. Stuff you just never see. And if you do, it's expensive. You gotta try to pay insurance to get it shipped and so forth. Nice to do the local deal. Better for her. She can get the cash. Not have to deal with the shipping. She's not into the card. She's selling collection for a family member, and so it was some really good opportunities for me. So she had listed some more stuff, and a couple things popped up that I wanted, so I made another list of what I want to pick up, and this was what I got. So the first one here is the Night Games out of, I think this is Collector's Edge, right? This should be, yeah, 97 Edge, so 97, the greatest year of football cards ever. But this is the parallel version, so it's got the prism swirls on it, and it is numbered out of 250. So you don't see these super often. Ironically enough, I just saw another one listed yesterday. But a card I didn't have, so I was happy to get that. This is 97 Fleer, but it's the crystal version. Traditions Crystal, which you don't see this one very often. She did have the Tiffany version, which I really wanted, but somebody else scooped it up before me, so snooze you lose. But it does have the crystal printing on the front, and it does say crystal on the back. So again, nothing super rare, super expensive, but it was a good one to throw in when I can get them for a good deal. This is the purple Careers Crown Royale insert. Super nice with the purple refractor. The base one I think is a silver, like a silverish foil, not the purple tint. And this one is really rare. There's only 30 of these. They are not serial numbered, but I believe Pacific confirmed that there was only 30 that existed. So it's the consensus between all the collectors and investors is that it's understood there's 30. And again, a card you obviously don't see very often, so you know it's a little pop, but to see it in person, it's like 1,000 times cooler than it is on the camera and in pictures. So I was really excited to pick up one of those. This one's just for arbitrage. I got this, I knew I could get this for a good price from her. I've sold a few of these, they do pretty well. I think I got $40 for the last one. But this is the Artist Proof Dufex printing tech, foil tech on there. And it's the Favre in the, what I call the Superman jersey with the awesome, there's a scratch, but it's on the top load, not the card. But he's got that awesome picture of him on the back. But the Superman cards do extremely well, so if that one has to sit for a bit, it has to sit for a bit, but it would definitely will sell. This is the Hollow Gold. These are really tough to come across. This is the first quarter version, so it's a little bit more common, but it's actually not. if that makes sense. So these are numbered to 150, but so is quarter 2, so is quarter 3, and so is quarter 4. So I kind of look at it like, what difference does it make which quarter it is if they're all printed to 150? But anyway, this is 28 out of 150. You'll see some of these, I should say, not a lot, but some listed where it is the hollow gold on the front, but it doesn't have the numbering. Some of them were sold backdoor when Edge went out of business. But this is the real deal version. I like the gold border. I think it's nice with the team colors and the picture and stuff. So good pickup there. Again, another one for arbitrage. I think I actually have a PSA 10 of this. But these are actually pretty hard to find, and she had it priced pretty low, so I thought it was and I knew I could get a deal on it, so I thought it was a really good opportunity to make something. I think these normally go for about 30 bucks, 25 to 30, but no protector refractor. So it's got a refractor on the back and a refractor on the front, and it does not have the peel on the card protecting film like it normally does. And then of course it says refractor up there. So pretty cool there for some arbitrage. This is the card that made me want to quote-unquote place an order with her, if you will. This is a Flair Legacy collection, and this is 97. So again, the greatest year of cards ever. And the 97s are actually a little bit tougher to find than like the 98s and 99s. They're numbered out of 100. The 98s and 99s are as well. I just don't see the 97s come up much. And it is legit. It does have the foil name, and it does have the Legacy collection on here. The backdoor ones, some of them have a numbering on them, but they don't have the verbiage, the blue foil on them. So, and again, I know where this collection is coming from, the provenance, so I know it's real. It's not going to be a fake or anything, but got this for a really, really good price, and I kind of kicked it off. I made her an offer on this. She took it, and I said, okay, well, I'll pick out some other stuff. So, but really nice looking card. I love the Legacy collection stuff. I think I have like 4 or 5 of the Legacy collection now. This is the row, I think this is row 2. So, again, sort of that same argument of, well, this is more common than the row 0, but is it? If they're all numbered out of 100, is the row 0 harder to get? I mean, not really. I could see it getting a premium just because of the design of the card. People love the row 0 stuff. But to say it's because it's harder to get or it's more rare, it doesn't make sense when they're numbered to 100. So, anyway, that's my take on that. Next one, another card I'd been chasing for a while. So, a few videos ago I posted I had shown a card where it was it had a chunk of the goalpost from the Brett Favre's winning Super Bowl in it, and had this wrong score and stuff on it. It's a strange little card, but this one is a game-used football from the Super Bowl. Something you would never see nowadays. They would never take a Super Bowl football, cut it up, put it on a card. But this was from Super Bowl 31, where the Packers defeated the Patriots. It's a real nice design on the front. It's got Bledsoe and Favre, and you know, a nice chunk of football there. And then on the back, it's got a little bit of a write-up of the game and stuff, and it does have the correct score, 35 to 21. But yeah, I don't think these types of cards are super underrated because they're so rare, and it's not something you're gonna see going forward. Imagine if you had like a Super Bowl I game-used football card like that. I mean, there's so much kind of history to that. I feel like that's for the price I got this for, it was a steal. Another card I needed for my PC, not a very expensive card. You don't see them a ton. Sometimes when they get listed kind of high priced, just because again I don't think I see them real often. But this is the reverse angle action pack Monday Night Football from 95, I want to say, yeah, 1995. So just one of those buggers out there that I wanted to add to my collection that I just couldn't find the right deal on it, and you know, I got it in with the rest of the stuff and didn't pay much for it. And then these, I actually have the gold one already, but again, I got both of them for a real good price, so I will keep the silver with the blue background, and I'll resell the gold, and I should be able to cover the cost of both with just selling the gold. This is the 95 Edge Excalibur stone, but it's from the Master set. So it's got the diamond sword and stone emblem on the front, which again, these are a little bit more rare. You had to buy the Master set, which was, they didn't make very many of. I think they were pretty expensive at the time. So just another PC pickup there. This is kind of an amazing card. Just to to show you how cool 1990s inserts were. This one's called Dial-A-Stats, and so it's a card, of course, but it has this little pinwheel attached where you can swing it around and it'll give you stats in the little window here. So 1994 versus Atlanta, you had 321 yards and 2 TDs. Let's see if we can swing this around to the next one. So yeah, it's got this little wheel like on the back. It doesn't want to turn right now. Yeah, I don't know how well these work. I mean, I bought it for the card, not to be able to wheel the stats, but oh, there you go. You kind of have to pick it up and move it that way. Okay, so we've got, here's 1995 against Cincinnati, 339 yards, 3 touchdowns, but just a super cool, different concept for a card. And again, not really expensive. You do see them out there once in a while, but it's been on my list of something to pick up, and I knew I could get it in, you know, with the other things I was buying, get a decent price on it, and I knew I would get one that was in the right condition and, you know, real and all that good stuff. And then last but not least, this was the other big pickup in here, and I really got this for a good price. So these typically sell $500 to $600. I got it for $200 from her, but it's a Bart Starr AUTO, and I just really like the simplicity of it. I'm a big fan of the Inscriptions Favre AUTO, which is on basically the same type of acetate card. This is a Score product, so it's authenticated, of course. Real nice, sharp 10 grade signature on there. Hasn't faded or anything over time. Nice little close-up picture of him. I think that's from 1965. I've seen this photo of him before, and you know, some write-up on the back about Starr. And what's cool about being on card signed on an acetate card, when you flip it over, you can read the signature backwards too. So I think it's an amazing card. It's definitely going to be in my PC. I met Bart Starr when I was real little and in fact I just talked to my dad about this story the other day, but I met Bart Starr in a Hardee's when I was a kid. He was, when we were kids, my parents would sit at one table at a fast food place and me and my sisters would sit at another table. And anyway, Bart Starr was in there with an agent or somebody, a friend, whatever. But anyway, he had his Super Bowl ring on, and I kept looking at it. I knew who he was, of course. I kept looking at the ring, and he kind of stopped he saw me looking at him. He kind of stopped his conversation, and he looked over at me, and I thought, oh boy, is he going to yell at me or whatever? No, he said, hey, have you ever seen a Super Bowl ring before? And I said no, and he kind of invited me over to take a look at it, and so I did, and he asked me if I wanted to try it on. And of course, unfortunately, back then you didn't have cameras on you all the time or anything, otherwise it would have been fun to get a picture with him. But so he took the ring off, he gave it to me, I put it on. The thing was like 2.5 pounds, it felt like, when I was a little kid. And just a super neat experience. I'll never forget it. And my dad, of course, remembers it to this day as well. So it's just a neat person, you know, living in town, a smaller town where these players, you know, played and then stayed after their careers. He was a cool guy. So I think that's a good one to keep in the PC. So that's it. Really comprehensive video. Lots of different examples of different things I've been doing, and I hope you enjoy it. looking forward to bringing you some more. I do have a card show I'm going to today, so I'll be filming that. It's down in Appleton. I haven't been to that one in a few months. It's a good show. So I'll bring you a video of that and then a video of my